Thank you for meeting me here.
It's alright. Whatever I can do to help. Here's everything we need to know about a killer. Out of all the killer's victims, only one victim got away. Her name's called Julia Roberts. She used to live in London. After she was attacked, she came to this town. A few weeks later, the same murderer came to this town.
Julia, where is she now?
At home.
I want to talk to her. Can you set something up for me?
I can get to the station if that helps.
Thank you for coming here today, Julia.
It's not like I had a lot of choice.
That is correct, Julia.
So I assume you want me to tell you about this guy that's running around murdering, killing and chopping up innocent women?
Yes.
I've talked to the police here and in London. I don't see the point in talking to you.
The point is, I'm going to find the murderer.
Look, I want to capture this guy more than anyone else, but
I doubt that.
you doubt that? I'm sorry, were you the one that nearly had their life taken from them?
No.
Exactly. This killer, he had quite a skinny appeal to him.
Him?
I assume so. I didn't really see him. They wore a mask. Yeah, they wore a mask and a long coat, and it all happened so fast. I couldn't remember anything. That's what I told the police.
Okay.
Look, if you ask me, the killer, I think, is a kid named Teddy Gatelin.
Who?
Teddy Gatelin. He's a skinny little weirdo. He likes to kill animals, cut them up, inspect their organs. He's such a little freak. He'll grab any animal he finds and just, it can start from insects and then he'll move on to rats, any other rodents. Surely that's enough evidence to show that he'll move on to humans eventually.
Where can I find him?
He's usually at his school. I think his teachers feel bad for him. He has no father figure either, so that's probably why. But the school usually lets him do dissections in the science room, so he has no friends either, so you'll probably find him there.
But how does that explain the murder starting in London and moving to here?
I'll tell you, his mother moved up here very recently. It all adds up.
How do you know all of this?
This town is very small. Once you're moved and settled in, people tell you things. It's common knowledge.
I'll talk to him. In the meantime, try and stay safe. Boy!
Who are you?
Where were you? January 11th, 9 p.m.
What?
I said, where were you? Where were you?
I don't.
Where were you? Where were you? Where were you? You mean the murder?
Yeah.
So you're the killer?
No.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not.
Sit down. You was at the crime scene. You was there at the time it happened. So tell me, why?
Because I
Because what?
Because I heard a scream.
Who screamed?
The one who was killed.
So you're the one who called the police?
Yes, sir.
So you saw the murder happen?
No, sir.
Tell me what happened, kid.
Well, you see... all I was doing was walking down the street, just thinking about nothing, I guess. Lost in thought. but I didn't know what to do. I saw a body, a dead body, mutilated, and it's completely different from when I cut up frogs and stuff. I ran home, and then I called the police, but then I ran home. But
what?
this whole town, they think I'm weird, like I have some obsession with dissecting bodies, but I'm just interested in how bodies works, like frogs and small rodents. I'd never do it to a human. But this entire village, they think it's me. Even my own mother does. But I've never even killed an animal. They're all supplies by the school. My biology teacher, he understands me and he lets me do this.
So you're not the killer? You're just there, wrong place, wrong time?
Yeah.
Give me your knife.
Yeah, why?
Because I'm going to go to the morgue. I'm going to inspect the victims' bodies. I'm going to inspect the size of their wounds, how deep the blade actually went into them. And then I'm going to measure this, see how far this blade can fit into their bodies. If it actually matches up, that will conclude you as the murderer. However, I believe that it was someone else. And if it doesn't match up, that means you're clear. There will be no evidence pointing to you. You're a knife boy.
Thanks. Did you get your evidence?
Yes, you're clean.
I told you. What happens now?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I'm at a dead end. I interrogated Julia. She told me that it was most likely you. But it's not. I don't know what to do from here.
What did she tell you?
Well, for starters, you cut up animals, you inspect their organs. That's what most psychopaths do. We kind of figured it'd be the same for you.
Thanks.
Well, she also told me you have no friends. She even mentioned that your dad left you when you was young. I mean, these social aspects could, just lead anyone else into being a murderer.
Thanks so much for that.
I'm sorry, kid. It's just the typical route that you guys go through. But after meeting you, I know that you're going to do some good in this world. I know that you have your own path.
I hope so. What else did she tell you?
Julia said that you used to live in London, and then you moved to this town recently.
What?
It would make a lot of sense. The murder started in London and followed down to this town.
I never lived in London. I've never even been to London. Ask anyone in this town. I have a bit of a reputation as a
Weirdo.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Why would Julia tell me that you moved here recently? It wouldn't make sense. Everyone in this town would know that you've been here your whole life.
You don't think?
Julia, I think she might be the murderer. Ruby. Hello, Julia.
Detective, I didn't expect to see you here. I didn't see you come in.
I know it's you, Julia.
What, me? What are you on about?
I know it was you. You are the murderer.
Don't be silly, Detective. How could I be the murderer? What makes you think that?
First you lied to me about Teddy Galen. He's just a kid interested in biology. You added up the stories of psychopaths who used to dissect on animals and furthering their murders to humans. You took advantage of him. Secondly, he's never even been in London, let alone lived there. He's lived here his whole life. Ask anyone in this town. What you told me didn't add up. Next I went to the morgue. I checked your most recent victim's body. I inspected their wound. I inspected Teddy Galen's knife. It didn't match up. That made me rule out Teddy as a suspect. After I had a visit to the morgue, I ruled out Teddy as a suspect, and you became my main one. I investigated your apartment, and I found one thing that confirmed it. This ring.
What does that prove?
This ring belonged to my sister, who you killed.
Well, Detective, you really are a clever man. You really went out of your way to solve this case.
Why'd you do it? Why did you kill all of these women? Why did you kill my sister?
For fun.
What?
The screaming when I grabbed them, hearing them gasp for air when I stabbed them with my knife, watching the blood ooze out of them, seeing their finger being chopped off and just watching the blood fall out like a water fountain. It just brings me so much joy thinking about it.
You're sick.
Perhaps. Maybe it's just because I don't let people control what I do in my life. Maybe I'm just more evolved than the rest of us.
Why did you target women?
You see, when people attack women, they always assume it's a man. So I use that to my advantage. But unfortunately, you had more of an open mind. I pretend to be attacked and it throws people off guard. How could I be the killer if I've just been attacked?
Why'd you leave London? Why did you move to this town?
But there's a lot of police in London, you see. I was bound to get caught. But down in this town, there isn't a lot of police. So I wasn't going to get caught. Until you came along.
You're welcome.
So I suppose you want to try and stop me now?
Yes. You see, Julia, I didn't care for justice. I cared for